Hello everyone, welcome to Techno Simplified. So in this tutorial, we will learn about the basic authorization in Postman. So there are the multiple types of authorization is in Postman, is like digest, API key, basic auth, auth 1, auth 2. Okay. So basic authorization is one of them. So basically what happens in basic authorization, we provide username and password. Where we provide these things, we go to the auth type, and in the auth type we select basic auth, and then we give the username and password. Okay, then the whatever the endpoint we hit, that get successful, and we see the success response in the response payload. So if the response is successful, then the status code would be 200 okay. And if we don't have any authorization, and if that response is not processed, then in that case we will get the failure response code, which is 401 unauthorized. So for this tutorial I will use this endpoint, and I'll show you how we can do the basic authorization in Postman. Now I will move to my Postman window and I'll show you. Okay, so this is my Postman window, and I have already copied that endpoint, and I'll show. Okay, so before I'll show you what is basic authorization. If you will see this window here, it is header, right? So in the headers it is showing 7. So these are the default headers which are the added by the Postman. Okay, now I'll paste my endpoint here. Okay, so now what happened, this headers count become 8, right? So one more header got added. What is that header? If I'll go up, so see here, cookies. This is the new header which has been added by the Postman. Okay, now I'll send the request and I'll show you what will happen if we don't provide the user ID and password. Now see, if you will see this above one, right? This window is the request payload, and this down one, this one, from here to here, right? This is the response payload. So now if you will see the response payload, so here what it is showing? It is showing unauthorized. In the pretty view also, if you will say preview, it will show unauthorized, right? And here the status code is 401 unauthorized, right? Which means we have to give the user ID and password in order to use this endpoint. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll go to authorization, and here I'll select authentication type as basic. Okay, now my user ID is Postman, which I have already given, and my password is password. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll send the request. See, now in the response what I'm seeing, authenticated true, right? And if I'll show here also, it is authenticated true. And what we are getting 200 okay, right? Which means request is successful. The server has responded as required. Okay, so as I have shown you earlier, so here the header was 8, right? After I have given my ID and password, what happened? The header count become 9. So if I'll click, which header got added? This authorization, right? So as soon as I have given my ID and password, this authorization header got added. So if I'll click here, see, this is the key name is authorization, and this is the value. So this is the value of the authorization. Okay, so I'll show you one more thing. If I'll go to this authorization, right, and I'll remove my username and I'll remove my password. Now let's go to the header section and see what will happen. Okay, so see here in the authorization, what happened? Earlier the value, this field has some large value, right? But now those got truncate. Now what I'll do, go to the authorization, and again I'll give only username. So my username is Postman. Now see what will happen. If I'll go to header, so some other letters got added here, right? Some digits are added. Now see, here it is BJO equals, right? BJ. So again what I'll do, I'll go to the authorization and I'll give my password. Now see what will happen. See, earlier it was BJ, right? Something O. Now other characters got added, right? So what does it mean? So it means it's a password is in base 64, right? So in this characters, right, the ID and password is hidden, which is in base 64 format. Also, if you will see this field authorization, right? So here it is showing basic. What does it mean? It means for this endpoint to simulate, we have to give authorization as basic. Now what I'll do, I'll copy this and I'll show you how it internally works. Okay, so I have copied this and I'll go to Chrome and I'll type base 64 decoder. Okay, and now I'll go to any website, this one. Now I'll paste my text here. So, okay, so I have given this input and what I'm seeing in the console, I am seeing Postman : password. So what is this? This Postman is my username and this password is the password. So in this Postman also, if I'll go to the authorization, I have given Postman as the username and password as the password. So after decoding, we are able to see the same on the screen. Okay, so this is base 64. I have decoded this, which has the meaning Postman and Postman as the username and password as the password. So also if you will see here, there is one warning sign. Why it is showing this warning sign? Because I have here it means that we need to save our user ID and password in the, we have to create one variable and there we can store, because username and password should be secret. It should be not visible. That's why it is showing this warning. So that's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.